That's right! It was me. I'm the mastermind behind it all. He's finally showing his true colors. As you all know, I witnessed the incident 12 years ago. President Huang's assassination. So the child who drew that picture was Simon Keyes. When I was found out, I was subjected to horrible interrogations over and over by that heartless Patricia. I'd spend the nights trembling in my bed, terrified of what the next day would bring. I'm sure you can understand why I'd want to sneak out of there, right? However, Blaze would have likely sent pursuers after you. Exactly. I was on the run from them every waking moment, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't even sleep at night. I'd jump at the slightest noise. And that's why I became a circus performer. Blaze DeBest was the chief prosecutor, and Patricia Rowland was the warden of the prison. No ordinary person would be a match for those two, and there were no adults I could rely on. Furthermore, behind the scenes was the body double who'd set those two in motion. Though he was a fake, I was up against a nation's president. Talk about utter despair, right? Ooh. My only ally was Mr. Dogan. He saved my life after all. He actually helped me out, unlike Knightley. If this story is true, it's ironic. Dogan, the fiendish assassin, was idolized by the child he saved. If I followed in his footsteps, I'd no longer have to worry about being eaten alive. That's right! Now it's my turn! Turn to devour those who would feed upon me! And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police? No way, no way! As long as Blaze is around, any evidence would be destroyed by him! Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today, during Patricia's trial? I knew from the very beginning that things would turn out like this. The evidence from Patricia Rowland's trial. So he's saying that he expected the evidence would be destroyed. I see. So that's why you kidnapped Jordan. To force a guilty verdict, even in the absence of evidence. Objection! Who's to say? But in order to expose the crime of 12 years ago, there was no other choice. That's according to you. However, Blaze also attempted to kidnap Jordan in order to manipulate the trial in his favor. Your methods are no different than those of the people you so despise. Objection! That's only if I were actually the kidnapper. But I would never do anything so evil. No way, no way, no way! I just simply couldn't. Besides, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm actually quite thankful to the real criminals for giving me the opportunity to extract such sweet revenge. So you admit it. Your motive was revenge. Yeah, I admit it. So what? Sure, I held a grudge against those creeps. But it's not like I'm the one who actually killed them, you know? Truth be told, all I did was send some letters. I let Jill in on Blaze's secrets, and let Blaze in on Jill's secrets. And then the two simply ended up trying to kill each other. Do you mean to say the murder was nothing more than a result of that? Yep, just like the case at Gourd Lake, it's way easier than trying to control wild animals. All I did was come up with the fake assassination plan for Knightley. So that was also a part of his plan. If that's the case, then Rook's murder was also your... Objection! Whoa, don't try to pin that on me. Knightley killed him all on his own. Well, it ended up creating the perfect opportunity for me. It's funny how things work out. How can you say such a thing? It was the same for Patricia Rowland. I made it look like there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan. By using the correspondence chess match and a chisel in the chessboard. What? You mean to say that you were the one who prepared that chisel? That's right. I thought it would bring Dogan to mind. Quite a thoughtful little gift. Wouldn't you agree? And that was all it took to get Patricia to murder Knightley! Oh, the feeling that everyone around you is an enemy. I know it all too well. The tiniest spark can set off an explosion of fear, resulting in horrific mutual destruction. All I did was watch the comedy of errors unfold from the audience. And you are my final pawn, Mr. Edgeworth.
A pawn?
Me?
I should be at least a bishop or knight or something.
When you solved their cases, you brought both Blaze and Patricia to their ruin. And the weapon that delivered the coup de grace was your own logic. I see what you do with the button and the button. It's pretty cool!
I didn't solve those cases for your sake.
Oh, I know. You never really cared about saving me. You just wanted to pretend to be a defense attorney, didn't you?
What did you... Hold me back, Kay, hold me back. I'm about to take off my cravat.
All I had to do was go away and act all scared. And you totally believed me. You were giving it your all, trying to save me.
So even your arrest, which is a ploy to make me use my logic?
To be fair, getting arrested was part of the plan. When people began to suspect that the chisel I sent was the murder weapon, honestly, I broke out in a cold sweat. I thought for sure it would be curtains for me. But then, a turnabout of miraculous proportions! The genius prosecutor himself had come to my rescue. Well, doesn't it feel nice to be thanked by me, the one you saved? You should be grateful! I gave you this chance to play the ace attorney.
You're wrong! He wasn't pretending to be a defense attorney. Mr. Edgeworth is always serious about saving people. Even the times when he saved me in the past. Okay.
Is that so? Are you sure he's not just trying to emulate his own father, the one he admires so much?
Absolutely not. That's not true at all. Now, Kay. The person he's talking about now is Miles, but rather Simon himself. Clearly, he's not able to trust others. The desire to save someone other than himself is something he cannot even comprehend.
Say what you want, but make sure you think about it long and hard. Sure, all my targets for revenge got what they deserved in the end. However... think about it. Can any one of my actions really be considered a crime?
More than Alba? He's more interesting than Alba. Alba was just kind of boring. He's definitely more fun to voice.
I instigated murder? There's not a single word about that in the letter, is there?
Probably. We'll have to reread the letters.
If I had said the word kill, even once, I guess it could be considered instigation. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it.
What are you saying? You kidnapped me?
I'm sorry, but that hasn't been proven yet, has it? The only thing I admitted to was sending the letters.
That's,
Besides, those letters contain no threats or coercions. I simply conveyed information that each recipient would find beneficial.
You crafty little... Can we do something about it? What was it he said? Integrating murder? Instigating murder is when a person directs someone else to commit murder. The person who directed the murder can be charged as if he committed the crime himself. So you'd have to find proof that he directed those murders.
You make it sound so easy. To be honest, it kind of pisses me off a little. You're all trying to frame an innocent person for murder. Don't you understand? I'm not obligated to waste any more time on this pointless discussion.
Not so fast. The police are waiting for you outside this tin. You have nowhere to run.
Really now? You think I wouldn't have an escape route prepared? For example, let's say I gave an order so that all the animals here attacked you! Now what if I were to take my leave during the ensuing chaos, huh?
What did you say? You can't be serious. As a wolf, I would certainly fare well in an animal fight, but I would rather, maybe.
Yeah, it was just an example. Wouldn't that make for an interesting show? Here's another idea. What if I pulled out a hidden gun and took John hostage? That might be more exciting.
I will never allow you to do such a thing. I can't tell whether or not Simon is being serious. However, when it comes to him, we should consider anything a possibility.
If you continue to bore me with your drivel, I'll end the show right here. I'd like you to keep that in mind before you make any baseless objections.
I cannot make any careless remarks. Isn't there some way I can charge him with his crimes?
Think about it. Can any one of my actions really be considered a crime?
Kind of. You incited others to commit murder, and they did so. If proof of that was established, you would be charged as if you yourself committed the murders. I know I heard it just a while ago, but what's the technical term again? It's instigating murder, K. Blaze, Patricia Roman, and Knightley. Their crimes are unforgivable, of course. However, the one who pulled the strings from behind the scenes and drove them all to murder was none other than you, Simon Keyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you really do speak your mind freely. But you know, I instigated murder. There's not a single word about that in the letter. Is there?
Hold it! There's not a single word.
Oh, does that surprise you? You'd reach the same conclusion if you examined it.
Given his composure, I'd say he's not bluffing. Does this mean that every single word in his letters had been carefully calculated?
Well, I guess you could say this is like teaching a monkey to climb a tree. Unless you can somehow prove that I caused those murders, you got nothing on me. Ergo, you can't accuse me of instigating murder. What a shame, Mr. Edgeworth. If I had said the word kill even once, I guess it could be considered instigation.
Did he use that word in a different context? I know you instigated the murders.
I'm very pleasure that you're on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze the Best to kill Jill Crane.
What? You told me yourself.
Objection. But you know, the funny thing is, it means absolutely nothing if you have no proof.
But what if that conversation got intercepted by a third party who is using a microphone, who thinks she's a journalist?
I mean, there's no way I'd ever say something like that. No way, no way, no way, no way.
That's certainly true. It means absolutely nothing if I can't prove it. If there was some evidence that could prove what he said over the phone.
Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it.
I'm thinking this is going up right there now.
Hold it. Maybe you did say it. Did you or didn't you? It doesn't really matter whether I did or didn't. That's not what's important. I'm sure you know full well, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no way to prove it. There's no way any proof could exist.
Until I find some sort of proof, my arguments are meaningless. Should I press him to draw out more information or review the evidence? At any rate, I must find some way to break through his defense. He confessed to me over the phone. He told me he had Blaze kill Miss Crane. If only there was some evidence that could prove what he said over the phone. So, can any one of our actions really be a crime? There's not a single word about it in the letter. If I'd said the word kill even once, I guess it could be considered instigation. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it. And that's where I think we go to Nicole's tape recorder, a recording of what was intercepted from the bug that was planted on K. Objection! It is my firm conviction that you instigated the murders. After all, you told me so yourself.
Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze the Best to kill your queen.
What?
Did I say that? I really don't remember.
You may think you can deceive us as much as you want, but unfortunately for you,
Unfortunately,
you used a bug to eavesdrop on our conversations. But there was someone else who wiretapped that bug of yours and recorded the whole thing.
it was recorded.
In other words, the conversation between you and that clown is recorded on that tape. Lang Zi says a schemer drowned in his own schemes, and this is what he meant.
Miss Swift, I'd like to listen to your tape.
Roger. It's right about here.
Mr. Edgeworth, Judge Courtney's cell phone is ringing. Who is this? Are you the person who ambushed Kay? Mr. Edgeworth, I want to listen on this too. Very well. This is where it starts.
Well, I must say.
Huh? That's odd. What's wrong?
Well, there ain't nothing recorded past this point.
Nicole, there's about to be another murder. Unless you get out of my sight right now. What? Why? Why was it recorded?
Too bad, so sad. Did you really think I'd leave behind any incriminating evidence? The bug I planted has a special feature. It can be turned on and off with a remote control.
What? That sort of thing exists?
Certainly, remote-controlled listening devices do exist, however...
Are you saying you switched off the device so that your own voice would not be recorded?
Precisely!
Impossible. You couldn't have done that unless you knew you were being recorded.
Objection! Isn't it obvious I knew? I guess you just don't get it! You could call it a hunch. I had a feeling I was being wiretapped. Miss Swift, was it? I figured things out because you knew about the kidnapping.
Don't tell me. You were listening in on that conversation?
That's right! Now come to think of it, I'm surprised you didn't realize it until now. Some genius prosecutor you turned out to be, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my, and what was the end result of all this? Since you don't have any proof of the instigation charges, it's game over.
Mr. Prosecutor, was my recording no help to you at all? Ain't there something, anything at all in my recording? Something that would make me a valuable member of the team because I'm your apprentice and I love you? Miss Swift. Okay. Yes? The bug was planted in your badge, right? Do you have any ideas? Or do you expect me to come up with an answer right now off the top of my head? You was the only one who came into contact with the culprit.
Objection! How unsightly. You're all just fussing over useless evidence. Let's move on to the next topic. Next!
What's this? He seems a bit eager to change the topic of conversation. You was only one who came into contact with the culprit. I like that we flashed back to something that happened 30 seconds ago. Okay. Only Kay came into contact with Simon. If any sound was recorded at the time, she was with the culprit. Miss Swift, how long have you been recording?
Since 2 nights ago, I reckon.
Since 2 nights ago. In that case, when could a conversation with Simon possibly have been recorded? When was the other one? When did the other thing happen? I think it would have been 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago. Okay. Simon brought Kay to the roof. If we listen to the recording from that time frame, Miss Swift, please let us listen to the recording from 2 nights ago.
Huh? Okie dokie.
Look, this is the sound of a hot air balloon. That's right. At the time, Simon was carrying Kay in a hot air balloon. Ergo, he was near Kay. Isn't there anything recorded? That was
A gunshot.
It seems you were quick to deactivate the bug. However, you were a little too late. You can't run anymore. That gunshot ties you to the case.
Huh? What are you saying? There's no gun involved in this case, is there?
No, there should be someone connected to the case who fired a gun. Let's strike with the evidence that points to that person. Which piece of evidence connects the gunshot to the case? What happened 2 days ago that involved a gunshot that's connected to this case? Who died from the gunshots? Who was shot? Who was shot? Who got shot? I'm forgetting who shot. Who died from a shot? The president got crushed. Did Jill get shot? Jill was stabbed. Rook got shot. Nightly was stabbed. Jill was stabbed. Oh. Oh. The president didn't get shot, but there's gunpowder resident on the president. So the president was shooting at something or someone. So presumably that was the sound of the president doing something.
Take that!
It's written right here in the body doubles autopsy report. Gunpowder residue was detected on his right hand. Where was Kay at the time this gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was being carried to the roof of the Grand Tower in your balloon. And as it turns out, there were a few more people on that very same rooftop at the time.
You mean the double and me?
Certainly after we talked for a brief moment. The body double noticed something and had me leave before him. Now, what if the gunshot rang out after that? We can clearly hear it in the recording. I doubt that you wouldn't have noticed it. Do you intend to feign ignorance until the very end?
There's nothing more than conjecture.
What we heard on the recording was not just a gunshot. If you listen closely, you can hear the bullet hitting something.
If the body double was aiming at Simon, then the bullet may have struck which piece of evidence? I'm guessing it would have hit the balloon.
Take that!
The body double likely fired the gun at the balloon. If we assume that the bullet hit something, it would have been the balloon's basket. Let's examine it immediately. Let's look around for a bullet hole. Like on the bottom, like on the very bottom, like right here. This hole. It's a bullet hole. It's a bullet hole in one. A bullet hole was found in the basket. You won't be able to talk your way out of this one. Eh. How do you intend to explain the gunshot and bullet hole?
So you figured it out. You're good. I guess it's impossible to hide anything from you.
Spit it out already!
Okay. No need to be impatient.
2 nights ago.
It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop. I saw the body double and you, Miss Courtney, on the roof. Talk about a surprise. Only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him. He then pointed a gun at me and fired. Ooh.
Why do you want to shoot down a balloon?
It's simple. The body double had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Kill me? That's right. You talked to the double about John, didn't you? Well, it's not like the body double would have met with you otherwise. From his point of view, it was like showing him evidence that he was a fake.
You mean he was afraid of Judge Courtney because she knew about John's past?
Afraid? That's exactly right! That body double was a coward after all. I even remember how his hands were trembling when he fired the gun at my balloon. Are we all clear now? I was only there by chance. Just a friendly witness who was passing by.
But Kay was in the balloon! You were passing by with Kay! That's why it's recorded!
It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop.
Around what time was that?
I think it was around 11 p.m. It should coincide with the time Miss Courtney and company were on the roof, right?
Yes, it was indeed around that time. There doesn't seem to be anything contradictions. However, the time frame is important.
And it was at that moment I saw the body double and you, Miss Courtney, on the roof. Talk about a surprise.
Are you saying this rooftop rendezvous was beyond your expectations?
There's no way I could have known about that beforehand. Well, once the dust settled, I could guess what would have happened, though. The devil had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Did you realize that?
No, I did not realize it.
It's because you were blabbing on and on about that kid. What kind of mother are you? Things have gone badly. Your kid might have died because of you.
I'm your opponent, not her. Don't change the conversation. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to please leave this to me. My apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, goddess of law. Please watch over this man and grant him aid.
You're making me laugh. This lady didn't even notice the balloon! Only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him.
He had to leave ahead of him. Didn't you say the body double had planned to kill her?
Maybe he thought it would be bad if someone saw the scene of the murder. At the time, no one knew that the president was a fake, right? Once he got the info on John, he'd be able to kill both mother and son whenever he wanted. Thank goodness he's dead! Now you're both safe. You should be happy.